Start recording. Start streaming. Wow, it actually worked. I mean, I assume it worked. Because it didn't tell me it didn't work. Just really the only way to know. I mean, no one's in here yet, so we might as well just fucking... Should we start it up? And, like, we have the recording, so...
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, yeah, so for future tense us, for future YouTube us, we'll have the recording, we'll just use that.
Yeah, we're gonna play The Witcher!
What?
We are gonna play The Witcher 3.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
It's right there, it's right on the screen.
You got your ears?
I got my ears.
Okay, so as long as you can hear it.
I see you gather before me. Hungry.
New game.
Terrified.
Don't know what difficulty I just did it
I have
on.
no idea.
Oh no, I haven't even started it yet. I'm just on the menu. It plays this every time you start it up. Just to give you kind of the primer for the world.
Rabid and ravenous, bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead.
Are you watching it live?
I'm on our Twitch platform right now.
On ours?
Yeah.
Not on like a outside one?
Not on an outside one.
Gotcha.
But I think it's all like the same portal right now. Like,
Yeah.
essentially. We just have like more creator options on our UI than they
Right.
do.
But we're seeing what the actual thing is.
Correct. Yeah, we have like chat.
Sorry, we don't know how to do this.
Really flexing our noobness right now.
Can you see my noobness? Is my noobness showing? So I was kind of surprised in the show. I should probably like, I mean,
Preface something?
spoiler warning?
Sure.
Put
I
a
mean,
spoiler? Put it in the
for the game. I mean, for the show rather.
yeah, well, for everything. Spoilers for the early part of the
I
game.
mean, they're
I did put discussing the show.
also
books,
there's nobody here
playing the game.
So
Yeah, but for the YouTube video.
we can
I'm saying it now anyway.
put like a
Minor
big black screen
spoilers.
spoiler warning from here on.
There is... I'm surprised in the show they didn't go into the conjunction of the spheres as much, because, like, it's why there's, like,
Magic
monsters in...
and monster,
yeah,
yeah.
it, like, caused everything. They mention it, like, 2 or 3 times in the show.
Yeah,
that's
and very
pretty much it.
vaguely and loosely.
Yeah, the only one I really remember is when Yennefer goes and finds, what's his name again? Iris? Whatever his name is. And he mentions the conjunction of the spheres. He's like, blah, 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 sense the conjunction of the spheres.
Yeah, and doesn't Geralt say something about... I don't know, he said something about feeling like he fell out of one sphere and like, felt
Yeah.
like floating through space, essentially.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just discussing the spheres in general.
Yeah, like the
different
thought process and
dimensions.
stuff, which I think is really cool. Like,
Well, it becomes... Fuck you. It becomes really relevant later on, too, because...
with the Wild Hunt.
Well, with Ciri, mainly. I don't know how much you want to know, but...
Yeah, I mean,
to banish the mages from our kingdoms.
maybe we'll leave it at that for now.
Well, you know... Do you know when the game takes place? The games?
No, I have no idea, like...
It takes place after the books.
Sword and axe.
Like, all the events of the books have already happened.
So, like, in the books...
And the show is just going to be the books, strictly.
Right. So the books had nothing to... Did the books ever, like, preface the Wild Hunt before that?
Yeah, the Wild Hunt is a thing.
In that this dude made up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then CDPR just flushed out that story.
Yeah, they only created a few original characters. They, for the most part, stuck to Sapkowski's, like, cast, and then just continued their stories. I am going to do just the story, just because the combat's not really the highlight of the game.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So I just want to be able to flow through it. And even on just the story, like, you still have to kind of think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fights rely a lot on, like, using oils and magics, bombs, bongs.
Bongs?
You gotta,
like, rip a bong in the
gotta
middle
smoke
of a fight?
up.
Dude, that's awesome.
No, it's not. You don't actually do that.
Enchant my
Although,
bong.
I would
sorceress.
Hashtag enchant my bong.
Let's start that.
There's like runes on it. That's actually kind of cool.
It's all fucking magicked out, dude. I would smoke the shit out of that. It has like a never-ending bowl.
It's like the video game
I
logic.
can't believe how quickly we went there. All right.
Well, with this game, it's just gonna happen. With this franchise, that's crazy. We can call it a franchise now. Because they've got the show, they've got... That, I always thought it was gonna stand on its own. And, yeah, they've got the game. So, now we have everything. Most of the stuff from the show is actually from this book, which is a series of short stories. It's not like a single narrative.
Are you done with this, or...?
Yeah, I've read the whole thing a few times.
Borrow it.
Yeah. Well, it's this, and it's, Sword of Destiny is the other book, which is also a collection of short stories, which is what the show mainly focuses on. This and Sword of Destiny. They did some weird shit, though. Sword of Destiny came out before this, but all these stories take place before Sword of Destiny.
Right.
So that's kind of where some of the confusion in the show comes from, where they're, like, jumping around timelines and stuff, because they're adapting a series of short stories that took place at different times into what they're trying to present as
an
a
overarching
singular
story.
narrative straight through.
Okay, I understand that a little. So they were like almost very specific at points to the story and the time and the chronology of things. Like oh, when Geralt's doing this at this point, like where is that in the whole narrative? Even if in the containment of the short story, it doesn't really matter like as much.
Yeah, because it's like you're sitting there reading short stories and you know you're doing that. You know this is a separate story taking place in the same universe with some of the same characters. Whereas with the show, there's an expectation to be like...
going in a direction.
Yeah, like we're running a single narrative from beginning to end.
Is that Yennefer?
That is Yennefer. There's a lot of similarities in the casting.
What did you think of the casting of Yennefer in the show?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
I honestly, like I said to you, I won't really get into spoilers here, but in the first episode, like, didn't really hook me. I enjoyed the first episode, but it wasn't until the second episode and
This is a great transition, by the way, from CG cutscene to in-engine. Like, you barely even notice it. It's like,
that fade cut right there, boom, man. We're in engine.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Still looks pretty good.
But it wasn't really until they introduced the whole Yennefer thing that I was like, whoa, this is like really cool and has some depth to it now. And
yeah, her story is definitely more interesting than Geralt's. I mean, at least at this stage of things, once Geralt really gets involved with Ciri and stuff, it gets a little more interesting, but at this stage, Yennefer is more interesting. But it's the same deal, like, when you have two characters that don't really age, it fucks you up when you go from episode to episode and they're like, they look exactly the same. Bathtub scene.
Of course, you can't not.
The show is definitely doing a callback to the games with their bathtub scene.
I feel like a lot of the imagery is pulled from the games.
Oh no, it definitely is. And Henry Cavill has admitted multiple times, like, I love those games. I love the. He said he loves the books too, but he's played the games. Crabs.
Why?
That's how you get crabs in this universe.
He likes it.
See? Just got crabs.
Damn, Geralt.
That is the great thing about this is...
Seems way more kinky in the games than...
No, the books, he's a slut. He's probably the biggest slut in the books.
I love that, though.
You love the slut?
I love that. He's like a gnarly slut.
We won't slut shame him. He's a slut, and there's the butt.
Prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So they're super vague about Vesemir in the show too so far.
Oh yeah, he's only mentioned. Even in the games, he didn't have a really big presence until this one. But CDPR was still kind of like building up their budget and stuff.
Later then.
Expanding.
Spooky ghost.
dirty basement sounds. The medallion's kind of a big difference they did too.
Well, I was gonna ask, what did you do? I think it's definitely cooler in the game, but I don't...
It's cooler, but it's not practical.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want... If you end up pressing against something, or snags on something, like, it's not practical. Like, you would get caught on something with that and then killed. It's like having long hair. You probably shouldn't have long hair either. But he has long hair too.
Well, yeah.
The eyes are like the exact same shade in the show.
That purple.
Yeah. But like the exact same shade of purple. I think it's one of those things too where like if you get two companies that have a reverence for the source material, it becomes so clear because you can jump from one to the other so easily because they have paid attention to those details.
Right.
So like it just becomes obvious that they pulled it from the same source and that they paid attention, and that's why I think some of the casting was the same. The only one that was weird was kind of Triss. I don't mind her face or features or anything. It's just the hair. Like, she's supposed to have red hair. It's like a
and they give her
big,
like curly hair.
Yeah. Well, she does have kind of wavy hair.
It was just really hard to tell from the show who was like a significant character and like who wasn't. Like,
yeah.
Triss initially just seemed like a passing character, you know?
Yeah, and well, she's more important in the games than she is in the books. I didn't mean to... Sorry, now you can't see.
You stole her fire, bro.
The fucking context sensitivity with, like, some of this shit is really annoying. Like, I was trying to open a chest earlier, and it's just, like, I couldn't get it.
Undergarments.
He has the same knife on him right now that the fucking Bloody Baron has later in this game, and I just realized that for the first time.
Bro, spoilers.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
Geralt, stop fingering my toiletries.
Would you rather me finger your toilet hole? Got her.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you now?
She got by the Butcher of Blaviken.
Yeah. Is that in this? Is that like...
Oh yeah, no, that's well established at this point. That was one of the earliest stories in here. I can't remember what the fucking title of it was.
Renfrey?
Oh, it's called, The Lesser Evil. Of course.
Old Witcher's fast asleep.
Disappeared
somewhere, of course.
It's kind of funny, like, people ragged on the show a little bit for saying the term The Lesser Evil, like, multiple times. But that's exactly how it is in the story, too. It's the title of the story, and they say it like...
Give me a word count on how many times they say Destiny in that show.
Like, oh, yeah.
Guess she prefers practice.
They should be giving money to Bungie.
What?
You can't ignore Destiny!
So boring,
it's good now! It's better than when it launched! You can't ignore it! Go play Destiny! Who is that?
Making her slog through that brick.
Well, that's Vesemir, but that drawing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bruce lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays.
Dryer.
She's tackling
The beep?
Yeah, the beep.
Right? Dryer. Why don't you guys like us?
Somebody's in here.
Somebody's in here?
I think.
Don't you have anything better to do?
Am I one of two people? Are we the two people?
Are we two people? We are two people.
We are two people. Are we watching ourselves?
Don't get mad at her. We've spoiled her. We have spoiled her.
Yeah, exactly. She's a fucking princess.
There's like nothing else you can do to that. You have to spoil that.
Been saying that true.
Here's another pony.
Walk all over you just like the rest of us do.
And I will bring up another criticism I have for the show right now, and it really all just stems from like the lack of depth I guess they gave a lot of the characters. Like,
well, they tried to cover a lot in 8 episodes.
I feel like they could have covered less, and I would have understood it more. You know what I mean? Like the whole. The Queen and King Roganar, and that was all very confusing.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I know they're establishing these characters just to have them die off, and it was like,
yeah.
Now I see why.
Well, they changed some stuff there too. Like Ciri doesn't, in the books, Ciri doesn't leave because of the sacking of Sintra. She leaves before that. That was just kind of to make that all cohesive. But the main importance of those characters is really that, again, they're Ciri's grandparents, obviously, but they're also just a means to Geralt having that law of surprise moment and becoming bound to Ciri. Like, that's their real importance. So yeah, they spent a lot of time on them, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
Enough. Get down.
Down.
With a flip?
What do you think?
And this Ciri is way more badass than
blindfold.
Well, at this
show
point,
Ciri.
honestly, this is kind of... This is a flashback. This is kind of from where the show is probably going to go next. They go to Kaer Morhen, and he does start, like, doing some training with her. It's not, like, instantaneous, but... But also with all the time hopping they're doing, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
I doubt they're going to get... They're probably going to finish off The Last Wish. They're probably going to finish off... Sword of Destiny in the second part of the show.
Yeah.
And I doubt they'll get to Blood of Elves, but they might. But that's where, like, the central narrative actually starts.
Blood of Elves.
Yeah, well, that's when it becomes a cohesive, like, story. It stops being a bunch of short stories, and it becomes like a novel style, yeah, a series of novels, series of books. No.
Not this time. Believe me, you don't want to keep Vesemir waiting.
Yeah, and he only mentions Vesemir at, like, the very end of the show, I feel like.
Yeah, he's like dying. And he's like,
spoilers!
Shit.
He dies in the show.
Die. He doesn't die. I don't know. Which one's more spoilery?
What, the truth or the lie?
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
Kumquat.
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand.
That was their safe word,
But
those
when
two
you fight
people.
a beast,
The one that Yennefer gave a boner
knowledge
to,
counts as
magic
much as
boner.
your silver sword.
Yes.
Remember the magic boner?
Kumquat?
To be able to
Kumquat.
tell a
Yes.
ghoul
I think.
from an owl.
It was.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that
She
enjoy
always
killing.
Because
the apple
And
juice.
by
when he comes in her
elves of
quat,
its visage.
they're done.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
She makes a valid point.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
It's also so obvious
an
that
advantage as
Henry
soon as it
Cavill was
appears.
doing,
Wait
like,
till it
the
stands
Witcher
to
voice
have maximum
from the
effect.
games. I mean, they kind of describe it as, like, a little gravelly and stuff, but,
You're a quick
like,
study.
come on.
Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked.
I honestly prefer Henry Cavill's voice at this point
Over the
over the
game?
main character. Not that I think it's
The-
a bad voice actor, but I just feel like
A
I feel
lot
like
of...
Cavill really just embodied Geralt.
Oh, he did.
Like,
It was funny, I watched an interview with him where he actually told... Who was he talking to? I can't remember, but he was like, I was going after this role, like, hard. Like, I was calling my... What do famous people have?
agents?
Agent. I was calling my agent, like, every day,
Well,
and
yeah.
just, like, being like, anything? Anything on there?
Yeah, he's a big fan, right?
Oh, yeah. Huge fan. But yeah, the voice actor in the game, it took me some getting used to. A lot of people dismissed the series right off
Because of the voice
because
acting.
of, yeah, Geralt's, not even the voice acting in general, but just Geralt's
Ciri, get down here.
graveliness.
And it's not, again, I'm going to say it's not even that it's a bad performance or whatever, but I just feel like
Polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
you get the whole package tied together in the show, and that just gives you way more connection than, like I don't know, knowing that this is just a voice actor in a booth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's like, you get Henry Cavill on screen trying to be this guy, like... And it just, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like, even though at moments it has its, like, corniness, which is, again, why I relate it to the show Supernatural in a lot of times. Like,
yeah, you didn't really expound upon that.
I will get into that.
Okay.
But yeah, like, I just love it. Like, I eat that cheesiness up sometimes. And the fact that it's Henry Cavill doing it.
You eat
like,
that cheese?
I'll eat that cheese.
Eat that cheese.
I was very confused. I saw this on YouTube, this part.
It's a nightmare. It's a dream sequence. Nothing is supposed to make sense.
Right.
I mean,
And
it's
this
supposed
is
to make
like
sense.
the wild hunt. Is he
yeah.
like foreseeing the wild hunt, or?
It's like notions, like visions. They aren't like meant to be one-to-one of like what's gonna happen, but like symbolism. Symbolism.
Wild hunt.
Yeah, shit's wild.
Roach.
I had Kara asking me like, I see how he lives so long, but like, how does his horse live that long? And I was like, I hate to break it to you.
They don't.
They don't. There's been at least like 2 or 3
Roaches.
roaches. He just always names them Roach.
Had a nightmare.
I mean, they'll say it by this point. Like I said, these take place after the books, but by this point, Geralt is like almost 100 years old.
Jesus.
And Vesemir, I don't think they say his age, but he's got to be like freaking
They're still
ancient.
born of human blood, though.
Yeah,
so
they're born human. They're made. Well, both ways they're made.
Started in the guest room at Karamora.
People like to point this out, how he's like, we're still a long way off from dawn, and then like as soon as you start talking, it's like,
Funny, isn't it? She's
sun
never
is up.
been there. Seems so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you
Right.
about something? True to life, indeed.
Just it's still amazing though, like it's like the whole deal, not just the facial capture, but like
That's not what worries me.
the emoting during the dialogue.
She's
Like
at full
after
cover
you do
all
it
the
for a
time.
while, you start to see some of the
Into
same
wildlands,
like things,
devastated
but like
battlefields.
it's just
She's
so
in a hurry to get somewhere,
good.
or flee
Like it's
into
way
something.
better even than like Fallout
Either way,
4 or
it
something.
means trouble of
Like
some sort.
Be surprised
a
if
more
she
recent
wasn't in trouble.
RPG
She's always
where there's
broken
an
those
extensive
beehives.
dialogue system.
Courtly intrigues here, mages, conspiracies there. What do you expect?
Don't know. Guess I thought once
Well,
we
when
were
I think of this
finally
game, I
reunited,
really-
things would be calm. At least for a
I
while.
usually like forget that this is CDPR and like confuse this with like a BioWare game.
I was gonna say, how do you forget it's CDPR? They don't really make anything else.
I think it's
Or
just,
they've been stuck in this franchise for a
they
while.
do such a similar like not that they're just with Dragon Age and the
Yeah.
general approach to the gameplay.
Yeah.
Those
It's
were
just
the
like
days.
I'm like you know,
Little she
I think it's a
devil.
BioWare game with all the story that they
Trained kids who
throw
were
into this
faster,
game.
Yeah.
stronger, but
Which is
now
why I want to
they're
play it, because I'm like I need to like feel the CDPR in my hands and like
Yeah. Even if just to prime yourself sort of what to expect from Cyberpunk.
Yeah, very excited.
Ciri.
Oh yeah. It's definitely my most anticipated game right now. I feel a little basic saying that because everyone's super excited about it, but
It looks amazing though.
It
And it's
does.
Like, I feel like it nails
That's the problem.
You get so much
There's more.
boring games. It's very similar to the movie industry right now, where you're just getting
Danger.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is just a reboot, and like
included.
we're fighting in World War II again in Battlefield, which just seems like
Soon. Time to go.
I don't
Yeah.
know. You know, it's like we've done it 3 times already,
Wait,
yeah.
and
I mean, you're using shooters as examples too,
I
and
am.
they've been out of ideas for a while.
Didn't know
They
what
just
we
keep changing time,
were meant
like
to meet
time
in
period.
Willoughby. That's what she wrote.
Let's go to the future. Let's go to the past.
my point being that CDPR just knows how to
Betrayal,
like
so
stop talking for a minute
read
and give me
what's
the
gonna
letter.
be good and like put it out and fresh
Yeah,
and different,
yeah.
and then
That.
Well, part of why they
Does
picked The
smell
Witcher
of
too is
garlic
just
and
they're both
gooseberry.
Polish.
you were gonna
Right.
Property, you know, the author is Polish and they're a
Must
Polish
move soon.
studio.
Will
I
it
heard a
be
story
my
once that
decision?
like someone in the
Nothing
Polish
else
government
matters then.
met, I think it was Obama,
What's this
and like
post-
gave him a copy of The
I
Witcher
still have the
game
unicorn?
as like a. Can you look this up?
I will look this
I
up.
want to fact check this. I think it was Obama. They gave him a copy of like The Witcher game or something like that when they met. Just like, this is one of the coolest things to come out of our country.
Obama isn't really into his copy of The Witcher 2.
That's private.
Yes. The Witcher 2, though.
Back in 2011, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk gave the U.S. President Barack Obama a copy of The Witcher 2 because it's pretty much the biggest thing Poland has ever done.
Wait, what website is this on?
Kotaku.
Oh, Kotaku.
Written by Jason Schreier, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. My laptop's gonna die.
Yeah, whatever.
Muddled there.
Can always use the browser on the PC that we're using as a streaming platform.
Smell it.
I smell it.
Ghouls.
I can smell it.
I smell
Whoops.
what you did.
Oh, good. I can't even call it a callback yet. Good reference.
Thanks, bro.
Great reference. Perfect. 10 out of
Henry
whatever.
Cavill, call me, man. Hit me up.
Just to talk, man.
Seriously though, I have no one to talk to. I need to plug this motherfucker in.
So there is a little Easter egg right here. The fucking skull from the video, the intro is actually here.
Loot it.
I'm gonna loot the crap out of it.
Crystal skull. I'm gonna demic for a second so I can plug in my charger up top.
Alright, you do
there.
what you gotta do to
do
be comfortable, man.
I'm not. It's not a matter of comfort. It's a matter of efficiency.
Yeah, so he makes a little comment when you pick that up, and he's like, "Oh, why do I have a feeling this is Yennefer's?" But then when you meet Yennefer, he doesn't do anything with it. And
Sounds
knowing
like all the Star Wars
CDPR,
movies lately.
you think something's gonna happen, and then nothing happens.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I couldn't stop talking
What
about
the
it.
shit was I gonna say?
Because you can brew potions.
Oh yeah, but knowing CDPR, it's like
Because by eating rotten
I
corpses,
would
they
imagine
prevent
that
epidemics.
there is something you can do with it.
Living as well.
No. Really upsetting.
And actually, wait, what? Where does it show up in my inventory? Because if it's in quest items, it is in quest items. Item needed to complete a quest.
There you go. It's a quest item.
I want to look it up, but I don't want to look it up. I think this is the game that really broke me of the habit of like decision-based games. I would just fear getting the worst possible outcome. So I would go look up the ramifications, the you know, whatever you want to call it, of each decision.
Believe that.
Yeah.
And
Something. That's what keeps us going.
that's something I would just do all the time before this. I was just looking at our data down there at the bottom, our bandwidth and shit. It's actually not bad. Anyway, yeah, I used to always look that up. Like, even when I was playing Mass Effect, I was thinking about, like, fuck, well, I don't want someone to die during the suicide mission in the end of Mass Effect 2. But this game, like, I think it's because in a lot of cases, no matter what decision you make, something bad's gonna happen.
Right.
This game kind of broke me of that.
Yeah.
And just made me, like, just play it. It's a
I
big
get that.
dog.
Is that another ghoul?
No.
Oh no. That is a griffin. We cut it already.
Vesemir just has a big fail. Like, even just that, like, the animation and flying down, picking up that horse, like, that's not a reused thing. They had to, like, create that just for that one moment, and there's so much of that in this game. Like, just unique animations that you don't see that many, usually, in these types of RPGs. Super immersive. Do you have enough rings, bro?
We're dropping frames hard right now.
I was sure
Oh,
I'd
is
end
it?
up like my man.
Yeah, we're not.
Provided you got lucky.
Are we not running?
Not
Your
good
horse
right
died
now.
quickly, but griffins like to
Using
toy
too
with
much
their prey.
bandwidth?
Eat it alive, piece by piece.
Oh, we're at 0
Yeah.
kill
that's what
bytes
I'm
per
saying.
second. You remember when I said we were back last time? I lied. I lied when I said we were back last time.
Are we recording? Oh, we
Yeah.
are. We're done.
I never stopped recording.
Shit.
I literally just killed the stream when... Well, I didn't kill it. It killed itself. That's
I
morbid.
didn't even realize we were back.
That's as of just now. I literally just clicked it. Alright, we're back. The internet dropped out for a minute because poor. But now we're actually back. Alright, I'm gonna be good, Geralt.
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
I thought you were gonna be. What did you say?
Oh,
in the beginning?
unreasonable.
Also say words you're
Be
born of
unreasonable, Geralt.
Can't be both, bro. You can't have it both ways.
Yes,
Like I said,
I absolutely can.
leads to the main road and ends there, muddled. You seek someone?
I'm just playing with something real quick. Close. Yes, I do seek someone. Yeah, looking for a woman.
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But
No.
there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around.
You know what else they
Gets
did a
its
really
share
good
of
job at?
travelers. Perhaps
Making this
something
game.
there.
No, what I was gonna
Good job,
actually say.
CDPR.
Good job. Do another one. No, don't.
She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea.
No, they actually did a really good job at, like,
Cleaning.
they reuse a lot of stuff. Like, I shouldn't have overstated it too much before of, like, oh, using unique assets and stuff. They reuse a lot of stuff, but they do a really good job at spreading it out, like, geographically and, like, narratively, where you're only gonna run into it, like, at a certain point. I'm just paranoid looking at our thing now. So, like, you won't notice it as much. Whereas, you know, you go into, like, a Bethesda game, and it's like, there's two people standing next to each other, and they're the same
Griffin this close to the
face or
village.
Yeah.
whatever.
Strange.
I thought so, exactly.
Fuck Bethesda
Forest
games.
of the mountains, sure.
I hate saying that now, though. But,
Oh,
like,
well, now you can actually say it and
I
not be
know.
hated. It's fine now.
Drives monsters crazy.
but it's like,
Men, too. We
is
need
it
to
also
watch
just the
ourselves
times?
like
I mean, no, they made some shitty games recently,
to learn it.
but it's also, like, they just got away with shit before. Like, you could release a game and it could be totally buggy and shit,
Yeah.
and now you just can't.
Well, because the ambition was
This,
constrained by
this
the
game
hardware.
released and it was really buggy.
Yeah. Well, when you have an ambitious game, ambitious bugs pop up. like, but like
Ambitious bugs.
now,
Wow, that bug has some balls on it.
I think just now they kind of screwed the pooch, man.
Yeah. BioWare too.
No.
Like, it's crazy. Bethesda and BioWare are just...
Well, I think a lot of games, Dice and EA, like Dice had a lot of
Well,
mishaps, and
I mean, BioWare, whether it's true or not, they've put a lot of the blame on this stuff. Not that they're necessarily wrong, but, like, being forced to use the Frostbite engine and all that.
I think the
Which is
last decade was
Dice
like,
developed that engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the last decade we saw a lot of publishers running studios amok.
Yeah. Yeah.
And abusing franchises and abusing I mean, you could monetization tactics and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and
Witches.
trying to implement those into games that really just kind
Yeah.
of ruined
Yeah, you
the
know those
gaming
aren't developer decisions.
atmosphere.
Those freaks.
Which is, again, CD Projekt Red is like an anomaly with that. Like, they're too nice, if
They're like
anything.
vintage. They're
They're
like
too
the
fucking...
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
I wish I had my... It's in storage, but the actual jewel case for this game... Like, I just bought a standard edition of this game, and it came with, like, a hard copy of the map, the booklet, a bunch of stickers,
How is he?
the soundtrack on a CD, and a, like, little thank you note from the developer.
Yeah.
Like, all in the box. Like, they're just so... good peeps. Good people. I was gonna say dudes, but I don't want to assume their gender.
There a contract on that Griffin?
Same thing with giving Andrzej Sapkowski more money. They were just a little too nice about that.
I just feel like they're like a classic studio. Like they're like you get the vibes like Bungie before like they kind of got enveloped in.
Always, every time that horse is glitching out through that window. Every single time. I don't know, it's either... Yeah, I think it's Roach.
Because I heard Roach just does weird shit randomly in this game.
He does,
like,
and most of it has been patched out. Most of it has been patched out, but...
yeah, like it was like almost like a meme, like the things Roach would do.
Yeah.
Like whether it was a bug or not, like it gave Roach a more personality. Like
no, he was like a teleporting demon horse.
So as something I was watching, like, because again, with all the Witcher buzz, my YouTube is saturated with Witcher content. But there was something about Roach dancing on a peasant's shack or something that was like like in the game.
Riding in from Willoughby.
Well, it's kind of hard. The game shows its age a little bit. Not in many places, but that is one place because like you can't help but compare it to like Red Dead Redemption 2 when you whistle for your horse and how that horse behaves.
Yeah.
And like the pathing is great. It just makes its way to you. It avoids obstacles. It reacts realistically to things in the environment. Like, oh, there's a snake. I'm going to avoid that. But I'm still going to try and come to you. Roach doesn't do that. He's just like, I don't know how to get to you. And you're like, I'm right here, dude. And 9 times out of 10, you're just like, fine, I'll come to you.
Behind the counter.
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna get very into Gwent on this playthrough. No, I'm not. I might. I'm buying that card. This is the best, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic adventure simulator ever.
Oh, Gwent.
Going around, like, battling people for their cards. High stakes.
That's amazing.
It really is. Yes, I want that too. I'm spending all my money on trading cards.
I would too. Dude, I would be the best Gwent player in all the fucking land.
And my favorite thing, like, again, it's an RPG, so you get to pick your choices and stuff. The guy in this, I don't know if it's just a tavern or an inn or whatever, but the guy that introduced you to Gwent, like when you first see him, you're like, oh, I'm not interested in that, blah, 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 and then like maybe he convinces you to try the tutorial. But you can go from that, like I'm totally not interested, to like just playing everyone you see.
Dude, that's awesome. That sounds like me in 5th grade with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like.
And honestly, like, I love that they expanded on the Gwent factor and like made a Gwent game, and then Thronebreaker, the Witcher Tales game, is like based on Gwent as like the combat system. But I kind of like the simplicity of it in this one. Like, it's super easy to just grab a hold of it and understand it and play it, and it's fun. Okay, so that little symbol means I would be using oh my god, I forgot the name of it.
Like a Witcher ability?
Yeah, to like kind of
persuade or something.
Yeah.
So you can use magic to influence the decision almost?
Yeah, it's like your Paragon or Renegade choices in
Mass Effect.
Yeah, whereas you had to have enough Paragon or enough Renegade to do an option. I think there's a better... Oh, like your... what's the stat in Fallout? Persuasion?
Yes.
Or Charisma. You have to have enough Charisma. So yeah, just as an example, I'll use it.
Woman dressed in black and white. Seen her? Talk.
Folks say
just Jedi mind tricked him.
Literally.
Galloping so fast.
These are the droids I'm looking for.
Which way did she go?
Did you see him?
Dunno.
What?
Lots of tracks leading off the main road.
What happened?
Nothing. We're good. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm really upset.
Tongue if you don't shut up.
Ooh, scary Geralt.
You'd be scared with all these flowers painted around you.
Yeah, right? What is this hippie shit?
I dig it though. It's very like midsummer and like...
Yeah. This... It's definitely because it's White Orchard, but this has a little more like
color and vibes to it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say character to it than some of the other taverns you run into later.
More hippies in this town.
Yeah, definitely. Which is fucked up because this is one of the like hotspots for the battles right now. Like there's a big field of dead bodies, like a stone's throw away.
That's pretty great.
Geralt of Rivia.
That's why the expansion for this one was so crazy. Blood and Wine. It added a whole new area that was like bright and colorful and really nice. All the places you spend time in this game are just like everyone's dying. Lots of coughing. Lots of children that are not having a childhood.
Well, that sounds tragic.
Yep, that's this game. This is the Gwent guy, by the way.
He looks like I would hang out with him.
Well, he's gonna try and get me to play the game after I try and leave this conversation. But at first he's like, oh, I'm going to the front to write about the war.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite.
Is this the Nilfgaardian War?
Tired of life?
Yes, technically the third one. Don't, and for anyone that might be listening, don't mistake this Nilfgaardian War for the one in the show, the one from the books. This is technically the third one, the third Nilfgaardian War. That said, this one is going the best for them so far.
For Nilfgaard?
Yeah, for Nilfgaard. They're doing pretty well at this point.
I thought they were doing pretty good in the show.
Interesting.
Everybody's like, Nilfgaard, whatever, and then every time you see them, they're like, eat
a dick!
Violence and thoughtless cruelty.
Bring our levels down a little bit. For some reason, we're yelling more than we were before.
No.
Monster kicking. It's the monster kicking. We need a Witcher to kill this monster. Energy drink. I was gonna say something before that, but that just totally threw me off. Oh, Nilfgaard. In the show, they kind of demonized them a little bit more. I feel like they almost needed the good and bad kind of thing, the classical type of thing. Whereas in the books and even in this game, they capture it pretty well. They're like, I mean, in the series as a whole, they do get that in the show a little bit. Like, even the worst villains have something redeeming about them, usually, in the series. It's a lot of moral gray area. But in the show, they do kind of demonize them a little bit more. Like when, Queen Corinthi?
Yeah.
I always say her name wrong.
But the rules are quite
simple. Just a bad name. There he goes. She's saying, like, oh, they don't pick prisoners, they just rape you and light you on fire. It's like, oh, alright. Alright, let's put that in the deck. Let's put that in the deck. Do I have one of those in the deck already? I don't know, we'll find out. Let's put that in the deck.
Oh, we definitely want the Blue Stripes Commando.
Oh yeah, Blue Stripes Commando.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I've got 3 of those now. Yeah, I only have 1 of those. So, what can I take out? I love this. Poor fucking infantry is the name of a card.
I also really
yeah,
like,
sorry, poor fucking infantry. I'm taking you out.
I love that casual approach to the universe too. Like,
yeah.
I think fucking
all the memes with Geralt just saying "fuck."
Exactly. I think that's like one of his first words in the whole series is just "fuck."
The moment when right before he first meets, do I want to keep the siege guy? Yeah, I'll keep him. The moment when he first meets, Yennefer. And like right before he goes into that room and he opens that door and he's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Just his delivery is so, because he's like dragging around Dandelion too. And no, I'll get rid of you. Alright, that's okay. Who they use his traditional Polish name in the show, which I keep forgetting.
Jaskier.
Jaskier, yeah. Which actually translates directly in Polish to Buttercup. But when they were doing the translation for the English, like, localization, they were like, nah, it's a little too flowery, we'll change it to Dandelion. Even though that's pretty flowery, too. Pun intended? Pun not really intended.
I think Buttercup works fine for his character.
Yeah.
At least in the show.
This is not as complicated as I'm making it. Because this is like the first time you're...
I don't know what's happening, bro.
Anyone. It's pretty simple, actually. It's like there's 3 types of cards. You see the sword, the catapult, and then there's the bow, and that's close combat, ranged, or siege. And then separate values for each one, and you're literally just trying to have the higher value. and you want to win 2 rounds. But you don't really get to add any cards except through special abilities and stuff. Like, certain cards have special abilities. So it's about using your resources wisely, not overplaying your hand too early on, but also, you know, knowing that you can win a round. Like, right now I'm at 15, he's at 14. I could technically pass, then he would decide whether or not he wants to use another card to beat me, and then I would have to win the next 2 rounds, but he would also be at a disadvantage because he would have 5 cards and I would have 7.
Right. That makes sense.
And then there's modifiers too, like Biting Frost will turn both sides' close combat cards into only 1. Like, they only have 1, the value will only be 1.
Right, so if you did that, it would hurt him because...
It would fuck me more, though, because then we're relying on what we have for ranged right now, which he has a total of 9, I only have a total of 5.
I see. Okay.
Which I could add a siege card, And they made this more complicated. I'm actually going to pass right now, because I want to force him into using another card.
Yeah.
And then... winning the next 2 rounds. Hopefully. I also have this card, which allows me to bring something back from my graveyard, whatever you want to call it. Let's see.
I summoned this from my graveyard.
Well, it's really funny, too, that, like, these cards are all, like, characters from this universe.
Right.
It's even possible to be playing Gwent against someone and for them to use the card of themselves.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
It's like, damn, bro, you're that famous?
They made you into a Gwent card. Incredible.
It's like the ultimate goal. You want your manga to be made into an anime. Good, that's exactly what I wanted. Use another fucking close combat card. Because now, I'm going to use Biting Frost. That's
you got nothing on the board there, so...
Yeah, exactly. So it's beneficial for me. So now I'm at 14 and he's at 5. But I don't really want to... Oh no, he's only got 1 card left.
Oh, he's done though.
Yeah, so unless he's got a value of 7, or like has Scorch or something, which destroys a card, I'm gonna pass. It's kind of a ballsy move to pass when you're down 1 round, but fuck it, he can't catch up. I say as he probably catches up. Oh!
What the fuck?
He used, whatever, the Rainstorm, which turns all your siege cards into 1. So
he did the same tactic to you, and that cost you.
Wow.
So if you put a point on the board, you might have actually...
If I had waited 1 more round to pass, but then I would have been like, do I have enough to win the next round after that?
He outplayed you.
He usually doesn't. He's usually really easy.
This guy usually sucks.
I demand a recount.
Thanks.
It's funny too, I have it on the easiest difficulty for combat, but there's a separate Gwent difficulty, which is kind of cool.
Did you ever play those Yu-Gi-Oh games on the Game Boy?
On the Game Boy? No.
Or whatever? On anything?
Yeah, I had it on PS3, and then on PS4 I had one.
Like everyone.
I was thinking about that earlier today, actually.
And not just anyone.
Thinking about, like, digital card games.
Dresses in black and white.
2 schnapps.
Ooh, schnapps.
It'll lift your spirits.
Yeah, I was thinking about how weird it is to, yeah, dude, I'll get crunk.
Fine, I'll have a drink.
I was thinking about how weird it is to, like,
cut to the chase.
buy cards digitally in a game.
Yeah.
Because, like, it was so different when you were buying physical cards in real life. Like, you have those forever, but... like, to have a digital equivalent that you then spend money on...
Yet you
that would be weird. Kind of a unique scenario.
Once I hear something, I never
well, no, it is a thing. People buy cards in the games. How?
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion.
I'm not picking my ass. I'm pulling my wallet out.
The only way a humble merchant might hope
to buy cards. Microtransactions. Gwent. I mean, I did just spend half of my in-game money on Gwent cards.
It's alright, dude. I do the same thing when I go into Gunpla shops.
Spend half your in-game money on Gwent cards?
If Gwent is Gunpla and in-game money is my real money.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. Good, I'm glad we're staying in the green now.
Yeah, something
that was
up
scary.
with that power line. Some real hocus pocus.
Well, no, it happened on that before, but I reset the router.
Yeah, well, I think probably multiple people tried jumping on your network, and that just
Yeah, I think they all did it at the same
bogged
time.
it down. And
The
then-
one viewer in here is definitely just us, too.
Yeah.
You seen Yennefer?
I'm also going to have to
Deepest
cut out that whole
apologies,
part.
but I must ask, is this about love?
Is this about love?
Where we went down, but I kept the recording going. Of course it's about love. None of your business. No, it's none of your business. I don't know
None
you.
of your business.
We're not friends, bro.
As a vagrant, I deserve no explanation.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared,
time are we at?
it never occurred
This
to me
session's
that
only at
might
20
have been
minutes.
No, I mean, like, literally in the real life time.
Oh, good question.
Get to the
That's
point.
9 o'clock.
An
Yeah,
elf guardian scout from the
that's
local
why we don't have
garrison
as much
And it's the
viewers.
weekend, bro. It's
It is the
Saturday.
weekend.
She rode in there.
Everybody's getting
Dark
drunk.
night,
We have no
black
lives.
light, gooseberries and... Yes, I know.
Dude, I don't know about you, but
And
this is how I
first
spend every
exchange with
Saturday
garrison
night.
commander and raced
Wait,
off.
is it
Where
Saturday?
to?
Yeah, it is.
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
Copped an attitude there out of nowhere.
Non-existent chat. Tell us what you're
Men of
doing
the
on
road
this
must stick
Saturday.
together.
Turns out that
day
one
I'll be
isn't
in
us,
Like,
and someone was like,
no.
actually, I'm in here. Talk more about eating people.
If you are a real person, I would love to know. Seriously,
We're not real people.
we're barely real. Corporeal.
you think Colin's
figments
home
of
yet?
Imagination.
What time did Colin have to go into work today?
2, so I bet he's working till close.
Yeah, probably till 11. Or 10. Or 11.
Done drinking.
It'd be great to get him over here.
Yeah, get him over here, get him on the stream.
Get over here.
Don't want your kind here.
That poor cat is right in the middle of what's
Cat, get
about
out
to be
of
a
here,
brawl.
cat.
Get out of here, cat! I'm gonna antagonize them.
Better
It's a very
round
Henry
up someone
Cavill
else to help.
approach.
3 of you don't stand a chance against me.
Well, I could
That
fight
cat
them
is
by
like, I
myself.
want to be
If I had
friends.
a bag over my head and my hands tied behind... Actually, no, not even then.
Chet, Lesh.
I would love to see that.
I'll teach
Just
this
Geralt
vagrant
with
a
his
lesson.
hands tied behind his
Man
back
on
and a
fruit.
bag over his head, beating the shit out of 3 dudes. Ha ha ha! Whiff.
Dude, just knocked out. Fist of the South Star.
Nice meeting you.
I feel like easy mode is like the most realistic to how these things would actually play out. Too.
Right? Who would actually survive? Like,
He would
stand
just
up to a punch from the
Deck
Witcher?
them in the face. Get back here, boy! His name is literally
Talk to
Boy.
me!
His name is literally Boy.
What do I got to do to get me a sword like that?
What do you gotta do
Pick
to
up a
get...
twig and pretend it was a
Dude,
bow?
here! Take it! I could get another one! Take it! Take it! Poor kid. This is the guy I saved from the Griffin.
We meet again.
He's got some
Thank
sweet
you for
armor I could
saving
buy,
me.
but I spent all my
People
money
say all
on
kinds of things
Gwent
about witches,
cards.
but I've always known yours to be an honorable guild.
So you managed to salvage some goods.
Yes.
Dude, look, he's got like
But I
no
await the repair of my
neck,
wagon.
and then the bowl
As time
cut
passes,
goes right to those
loss of
giant
glow.
ears. That is a.
Oh no, he's got
You need
What is a
serious
shape?
To
neck
go
beard.
half-free.
He's got a face, a head,
He's got a
Show me
whole
how to
head.
do your
a
stock.
whole head thing going on here.
Oh, I'm not even a high enough level to
Dude,
get
stop
them yet.
sucking.
I have to be level
Buy that
4.
hat for Roach.
The hat? It's a hat. It's a horse hat. I don't have enough money. I spent all my money on Gwen. He's got a Gwen card!
Oh, we gotta buy it, dude. Don't you have a full test?
Yeah, I think there's multiple versions of full test.
Who was full test? I remember that name.
Take care.
The guy that fucked his sister.
Oh yeah, the kid.
Yeah, the sister fucker.
Right.
Damn, bro, what do I gotta do to get a helmet like that? I don't even need a sword if I have a helmet like that.
It's gonna fuck or
Fucking
die your ass,
ram in
bro.
it. Fucking what? What? Oh, this is funny. People used to kill these cows in here just to like get
Stuff.
money. Get like sell cow hides or
Right.
whatever for a bunch of money.
Sure,
So
I've
they
seen that in
literally
RuneScape.
put a monster that will show up and fuck you up if you do it enough.
Let's go.
You have to kill a lot, I think. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of tempted to do it, but it would take some time.
Non-existent chat. If you want us to do that, let us know.
Non-existent.
We'll come
chat.
back and we'll murder as many cows as it takes to get us to spawn that monster.
We'll come back to this if we get anybody watching. We'll be like, hey. Oh shit, notice board.
Sport?
Anybody need a toilet fixed? Wanted, deserter. That is
I'm not scratching
creepy.
my ass. Well, yeah, it's a creepy world, bro.
Non-existent chat, you can't see what I'm pointing at, but it's that creepy face right in the middle of the
Creepy face
screen.
on the board right there.
It's like right next to us.
He's actually like a crying man being
we're-
eaten by a sea serpent.
We're in the way.
We're fine.
Wanted, deserter. I'm gonna put us... fuck it.
We're fine. Chat's got
What's
a
that
deal.
look like on there? Oh, it looks exactly like that. Alright, I just take everything. Which is funny because, like, some of it's just not relevant to you. But you just tear it off the board
You're
and
not gonna
take it
fix
with
that
you.
Toilet?
No.
Well,
Fuck no. Alright. Talk to Bruce Willis.
What happened
This
here?
is side stuff too. I'm just kind of killing time.
Chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring.
nice and roaring.
Roasted some wieners. What do you
Roasted
think
some
happened?
wieners!
Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
I really enjoyed the spoilers, the Dragon Hunter episode of the show.
Easy on the insults.
Yeah.
I could add to your misfortune.
Are you saying that because we're talking to a dwarf?
Yes, yes. The dwarf wanted me to bring up the dwarves that were portrayed in the show. And how I
Yeah,
enjoyed
what's his name? Zieglin? I keep forgetting his fucking name. He shows up later for like another battle or something, but he's not like a major character in the books.
Just give me supplies and orders. Humans can't fathom that.
Zoltan, on the other hand, who's part of the games, is a pretty big character. I like him a lot.
Sultan.
They've stopped talking to me.
You don't run into him in this game until you're in Novigrad, which is, I don't know, not even a quarter of the way through the game, but it's a huge game, so that's still like multiple hours of...
Was that the mage guy?
No, he just kicks the shit out of people, I'm pretty sure.
That's cool.
I heard movement outside my hut. Went
My
down
hut?
to see if I could find any tracks. But found
Mahalo.
nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
But I haven't got cat eyes, have I?
Boy! Wait! Take this!
Why don't I move the... What? Because it's just showing, like, button keys?
Yeah, there was a reason I decided not to put it there, and I can't... Oh, because the dialogue options show up there during dialogue. Yeah, I know, it's a pain in the ass. They used all the screen real estate that they have. And then, like, if I start running, it'll show at the top left. That's where the health and stuff appears. Bottom left? I don't remember what happens in the bottom left.
You can keep it there for now.
Oh, there's something I have to do in the fucking options. Gameplay... Fisheye effect in the fucking Witcher senses. Good. I don't want that. Just fucking makes it more irritating. Where am I going? I think it's over here. Yeah.
Shavings from a tinderbox. Arsonist must have lit his torch here, tossed it on the roof.
Yeah, it's rough,
and
see?
fled through the orchard.
I mean, they don't really need the minimap. I guess.
I'd like to see, like, the time of day, though. That's just a cool thing. But fuck it.
I mean, you could bring it down a little bit.
There's nobody here anyway.
All of a sudden it spikes to like 20 people watching. Move it back! Use quick attack! Or no, you just put in numbers for Twitch plays Pokemon.
Dude, I want to do that.
You want to play it?
Oh my god. Did you watch that video that there's a literally AI generated text-to-talk dungeon game? Like type to play dungeon game?
Yeah.
And you like it's all AI generated. Like it's like the AI is your dungeon master.
Oh yeah!
Did you see that, dude?
I heard about that. I didn't see it. I didn't actually watch
Corridor
it.
did a video on it, and I shared it to the Discord.
Stinks of piss.
But yeah, it's like you literally I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah, pretty much the AI, like it's like an AI that is your DM and can give you some really ridiculous results.
Well, of course, that's what AI is good for right now.
But I figured like when we're all hanging out.
Oh, it's gonna. I gotta.
We should do that though.
I already know.
Boots and went in the water.
Actually, that's kind of the great
I
thing
wanted to
about
cover the
this.
trail.
I already know exactly where I have to go. So, like, I'm following the trail kind of like an idiot, because in reality, I could just
Something
go
jumped out
right
of the
there.
rushes.
And, like, the game always accounts for that.
But he
Like,
managed to escape.
it doesn't force you to
Lost his boots in the
follow...
rush.
Like you could just be stumbling through the woods and find that thing
Yeah.
that you were supposed to do like 3 days ago.
Yeah. Or, like, I don't know, this happened to me just the other day. Like, I walked into a random house, and it turned out it was a monster den. And it was like, it skipped over the first 3 parts of the quest, just being like, it showed me them, and it was like crossed out. It was like, talk to the guy who wants
Yeah, I
you
was
to
like,
do
oh,
this.
I
Go to
didn't
the
do any of
notice
that,
board.
but-
Like, yeah, I just found the thing. And, like, there's dialogue set up for all that, too.
But I'll recognize him by his wounds. Drowner claw marks. It's gotta be.
What
him.
is the drowner? Because
You should see some soon.
I'm excited for that.
I run
Because
into
I've heard about them,
a
but
lot
I
of
don't
them.
see them in the
Run into
show.
a drowner?
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa.
Whoa. Our arsonist's a charmer, too. Come on. Smith wants to talk to you.
I not talk to a non-human. Sons of bitches
Okay,
all,
racist.
and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little
Dwarves ain't
magpies
so bad.
doing for gold they will.
Yeah, what the fuck are you
They
talking
force
about?
the blades the black ones put to our throats. Am I not right? Listen, we can work this out man to man.
Refresh.
I give you gold.
Just curious.
You don't turn me in. My mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some.
I'm pretty sure this is pretty live. Like this is
What's
pretty
left is yours.
current. Our dashboard.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Magpies and dwarves might be greedy, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
And I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp.
Why does everybody think they can kick a witch's ass?
I don't know. This
Like,
guy I'm not even going to entertain.
That's what I thought was great. Like, nobody likes
Calm
witchers.
down.
They know how powerful they are,
Yeah.
but they still want to fight them.
Well, this guy's schwasty, so I kind of understand why he's like, he thinks he's got drunk strength and just like, I could fuck you up.
Like like in the show, like every time they introduce
Get
somebody
out
that
of
has
the way,
beef with the
fucker.
Witcher, they're like, they know they'll get fucked up, and then they're like, nah, I'm not gonna fight him. And then
Yeah.
like 2 scenes later, they're like, they fight him.
Trying to find a happy medium on these displays because I just realized the game looks kind of bright on
So
that.
we started. We already started.
That's fine. We already started? See, this is like a good first example of like moral gray area kind of in a game especially.
Up and at him.
Sleepy boy.
What's going on?
I wonder if that
Here you
cured
go.
his
One
intoxication.
village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You? I knew your mum for years. Charged her near
So
your
yeah, you'll
combat.
see kind of
This
the
is how you
characterization of
repay
the
me.
Nilfgaardians.
Had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
Just want you to see this.
Willis, I beg you. I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once
Are
reinforcements
those
come.
Nilfgaard?
Yeah.
Supplies have been ordered.
That's the crest of
Not what this
Nilfgaard,
is
right?
about.
Yeah,
Sun
their
shape.
shit looks a little bit green, but it's supposed to be all black.
It definitely looks like green and brown.
But it's the golden sun gives it
Destroying
away.
it was sabotage.
Yeah.
No trial needed here.
Just
A tree.
Harsh as punishment goes.
But deserved. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that.
Had a second
You
person.
I know, I
reward.
saw that. Saw that pop
Man,
up for like
I
half a
managed to
second.
save some
Yeah,
things
yeah.
from the fire. Anvil's still whole, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know. Give you a good price.
Thanks, bro.
So yeah, I mean that moment with the Nilfgaardians kind of like, you know, they're saying they're gonna help him rebuild his forge and like all that, and then
Yeah, for the war effort.
yeah, and then like they're gonna hang that kid though for burning the thing down because it was military sabotage or whatever.
I see.
Eh. Do I have anything else to do here, or should I go where I'm supposed to go? No, we have Devil by the Well. I'm not even level 2 yet, though. That might be a little challenging, man, to take on a level 2 mission while I'm only level 1. Alright, let's whistle for the horse. Alright, he's up there. He's figuring it out. Getting past that tree. He's gonna kill that kid. No, he's good. He's coming. Good job. Good job, Roach.
Go, go.
Glad I spent all that money on horse school for you.
You did not.
There's also a system in this for, like, following paths automatically, but it doesn't work all that well all the time. Especially when you start moving faster. I'm gonna run past the pan contract, though.
Pans?
Yeah.
Like the mythical creature pan, or?
Nope, like a frying pan.
Aha.
Hey, lady!
Lost your key, ma'am?
No, not me key.
Me pan!
Me pan. It's always sat there empty, this hut.
Wow, she's really sad.
Till the night afore the battle, a man arrived. Walked right in like 'twere his own. Standing at my window, peering at the goings on. He must have read me, 'cause next I knew, there he was, coming my way. So,
Poor old lady.
I grabbed me pan for protection, see? But he just asks all polite, Gran, got any birch bark by chance? Lilac berries or even a few coals? Nay, says I. And you must be right daft to pester folk at night with such foolery.
Such foolery.
Listening, just staring at me pan like a magpie at a copper. Lend it to me, Gran. I'll give it back come morn. He's right baffled for what's he doing, frying in the dark.
Frying in the dark.
Soft art. So I gave it to him.
I know a little bit about crying in the dark, but I don't know nothing about frying in the dark.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
Afore dawn, another rode up to the hut. But come morn, only the first fella left. Locked the door, hopped on his horse, and that were all I saw of him. And me pan.
Me pan!
'Twere old, black with soot, not worth much, I suppose. But I've no other. Will you help me, dearie? Bring an old widower pan. I could never break down that door myself. And in truth, I'm afeard to go in any road. Such a stench wafting out. Methinks the other fellow. Well, that he's lying there.
Yep.
Never taken on a pan contract. Fine, I'll go in, look around. You should wait here, just in case.
This is like the quintessential, shit's deeper than you thought it was kind of Witcher quest, too. It's one of the first ones, too. Like, the guy took her pan. She wants you to go in there and get it back. Like, the guy might be dead in there, I don't know. But then, like, as you reveal the clues, like, this will only take a few seconds, but...
A corpse.
But the mystery unravels.
Yeah.
Cracked monocle. Interesting.
What's that, dearie?
Nothing.
Phosphorus.
His throat. He was garroted. And some old scars. Kind of soldier might have.
But when I gab to myself, they say I'm going barmy.
Barmy? Good word.
God, that's got to be satisfying.
Oh yeah, every time. There's a
Some
button.
Gwent cards on the table, bro.
Damn, it won't let me take them.
Some first editions in there.
Foil?
Documents.
Foil cards? Holographic? 3D? Shiny?
Still legible.
Found the pan, have ye?
Hey man, you fucking show up, risking dick, entire, blasted, nothing, organized, general, Lord General. Negotiations. Next meeting.
The priceless frying pan. Scrubbed clean. Looks like the mystery man didn't need the pan so much as the soot off it to make ink, write letters.
What?
Found the pan, have ye?
So he's essentially like a covert
Spy,
operative,
yeah.
and like he was like, "Hey, give me that pen," because he had no other way to write letters. Could have just stabbed himself and used his own blood.
There's a lot of ways you could have just not stolen the pan.
Mine were black with soot, and I could see myself in this, and if I wanted.
You also wouldn't have compromised yourself by interacting with another person.
Yeah, you could just start a fire and get soot that way. Like, so many charcoal's probably everywhere in this universe.
Yeah, and everyone here is kind of dumb.
Dead. Round up a few boys and bury him outside the village.
Including you, non-existent chat. You're dumb.
Dig him up and take my advice.
Because you're not here.
Get bigger.
Get bigger. That's a great thing to say to somebody who's about to try and fight you. Just screaming, "Get bigger!" Like, I don't know what this guy's thinking or what he means by that, but that's kind of fucking terrifying. Clearly, I am not big enough to fight him.
Dude, I like the quest complete.
I am already lost. Oh, yeah. Raw meat. Alright, horse. Where
Horse!
you at? You're doing a good job so far, horse. You're horsing like you've never horsed before.
Let's go, Roach.
It's really horsing around. Did you watch BoJack?
Yeah, I watched, not all of it. I haven't caught up. I think they're like, I'm 2 seasons behind at this point. Because the show kept going.
Yeah, oh yeah, it kept going.
But I think I watched the first 2 seasons.
Who's yelling we're fucked? Someone yelled we're fucked. I think. Oh, wait. Something just pinged on my map over here.
That red dot over there.
What's that?
It's
it's rolling around adorably. No, I am not killing that wolf. There's no way I'm killing that wolf. That was
pretty
adorable.
That was really adorable.
That was just, he's just dogging.
Dogo.
Just dogging. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, but what the fuck? It told me to go the other way briefly. Ooh, yeah, I want the treasure. Give me the treasure.
Wolves at your back.
Ow.
Oh, you burned him.
There's, usually with the packs like this, there's a, warg too, which is like a alpha.
Yes.
Yep, there he is.
God, wargs are different things in every fantasy universe.
Yeah, right.
Wargs in Game of Thrones
I knew you were
are
gonna do
the, like, what? Like the, not shapeshifters, but they can, like, mind travelers almost.
Yeah, mind meld.
Yeah, and then wargs in Lord of the Rings are just
Dark Lord, Ember, Pig Hide.
big, nasty hyena dogs.
In what? Oh, in
In Lord
Dark
of the
Souls?
Rings.
Oh, I thought you said Dark Souls. I was like,
No.
when did you, what?
Is there wargs in Dark Souls?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they're the warg riders in Lord of the Rings. Dude, we have to get Colin to watch those movies.
What movies?
Lord of the Rings.
He's never watched Lord of the Rings? He's never watched Lord of the Rings.
No.
He's never
Dude.
I fucking, my like nerd
I know, dude.
radar
I'm
is
like, how have you
screaming.
never seen Lord of the Rings?
It's like one of those things that you just
hold on.
end up watching.
Hold on.
What? Did we crash?
Crash.
Oh, come on. Come on.
I look
No
like a
wonder no
local
one's
to
in
you.
here.
You look.
Well, it's been fun, y'all,
We tried.
on this journey to play The Witcher. I think we're gonna call the stream here
Guessing your
and
captain's got work.
Yeah. As soon as I get out of this
This is the
dialogue.
army lord.
tree.
try and clean up some of our technical difficulties, which all seem to be network related.
Oh, they're all
and
network related.
We will
Everything else about the setup is gooch.
hopefully try this again maybe tomorrow or something. Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording. Or we can keep the recording running.
Well, I'm probably gonna,
Wrap it up.
yeah,
Okay.
cut this anyway.
Alright,
If we're not streaming, then
fuck
it.
you, chat.